So, I've been a fan of Tesla for a while now, but I do think that their newest Model S and Model X are a bit dangerous, and that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. I generally like Tesla's designs. I really like the look of the Model 3 inside and out. The same with the previous Model S's. The early ones were a bit rough looking on the outside, but they've always looked good on the inside. I've never really had too much of an issue with them. There were a few things that were a bit divisive, such as the center console being the only screen on the Model 3. So you have to look over to see what speed you're going at and stuff like that. I don't think that's too much of a big of a deal because it's within your field of view. And when you are pressing regular buttons in a car, you do have to look over for those anyway. But I feel like they may have gone over that good kind of middle ground that they were at before, and I feel like they might be going into the dangerous territory a bit now. So there's a few reasons for this. The first one is probably going to be the obvious one that you think of, which is the steering wheel, but it also kind of extends to the fact that there's no stick too. With the new Model S and the Model X, there's no stick to kind of pull down to do the wipers or to indicate. They're little buttons on the actual steering wheel, kind of like there are on racing cars. But not everyone's a racing driver, so everyone's going to have to look down and see where the indicators are, and they're going to have to push them. But if it's touch, there's the obvious thing of, accidental touches being a dangerous thing. If you're going round on a roundabout, having to do this weird motion because there's no top part for the steering wheel, you might accidentally touch one of the indicators, and then a car might think you're doing something that you're not doing, and obviously that will be an accident there. And yeah, the whole turning thing, I just see that being such a big issue. Like, they're just kind of turning the steering wheel and they try to kind of grab one bit, but there's nothing there. And then they're like pushing it down and pushing the wheel too much. It's just rubbing me the wrong way, and that's not the only safety issue I've got with this car. The second one obviously isn't a matter of life and death, but I thought I'd just mention it anyway, and that's how low the screen is. So, it may sound a bit stupid, but they kind of advertise the screen as being a screen that you're going to be able to use for gaming and things like that while you're sitting in the back. But it's so low down. Looking down, having to put your neck down like that to see this tiny screen. I mean, you're giving them enough money. They could surely mirror a screen on the back of each chair and do it that way instead. And getting back to what actually is properly dangerous is the fact that the gear sticks aren't there anymore, which, yes, they're used for indicators, but they're also used to change whether you're in drive or reverse. And those two things in particular, I think are going to be an issue because I do not see how the car's going to know if you want to reverse or you want to go forward. Like, there's sometimes you're in a car park and there isn't a car in front of you or behind you, but you want to go forward, you don't want to reverse. Or you might want to reverse instead. I don't know, I feel like there's going to be those situations where either the sensor fails or the car just doesn't know which direction it needs to go in. Then I feel like there could be some situations where, cars end up going off the sides of cliffs, to be a bit dramatic, where the driver thinks that it's going in one way, whereas it's going in the other way. And there also might be the thing, if it's happening automatically, where the driver looks at it, sees that it's going in a particular direction, the car kind of changes its mind and wants to go in the other direction. And obviously that can be an issue too. You can apparently override this via the screen, but I just don't think it's something the car should be in charge of. I mean, you can surely see why this is an issue, right? And the fourth thing I'd say is active noise cancellation. This sounds good on paper. You're not going to have to hear the wind noise around you. You're not going to have to hear the other cars around you. But then you also kind of have to hear the other cars around you when you're driving, I feel. If there's a car that beeps at you because you don't see it, you kind of need to know about that. You don't want the active noise cancellation drowning that out. I mean, yes, there's the possibility that if a horn does sound, the sound might come through. I'm kind of hoping that that's the way they're going about it. If that's the case, then sure, I guess it's fine. Really, I think this update was just a bit too quick. I feel like there should have been a middle ground between the Model S and the Model X that was there before, and the newest Model S and the Model X. There should have been something in the middle to kind of bridge that gap between them going to full self-driving, which I am faithful that they are going to do in the future. The current technology is really impressive. There's videos out there showing the full self-driving. That kind of full self-driving beta does look really impressive, but it does still make mistakes and it's not fully there yet. So I think they went into it a little bit early. I think give it maybe even just a couple of years. I mean, just delay the update basically. I think they should have done that. And that's not even taking into account that Tesla's quality control isn't 100%. And with a totally new design, it's probably even going to be worse than usual. Because, they're not used to doing it in that way. I could fully see sensors not working and, all of the stuff that I mentioned happening. But what do you think about this refresh? Do you like the steering wheel? I haven't really seen many people that do, to be honest. Do you like the fact that it's, taking that extra step to becoming more autonomous? Do you think that they've done it too early? Do you think they haven't done it too early? Let me know down in the comment section down below. I'm interested to hear what you think. But yeah, I just wanted to put this video out there. It's been kind of in my mind since they announced it, so I wanted to just put it out on the internet. But yeah, anyway, I hope you all stay safe out there. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.